So basically what I'm saying is Puerto Ricans was watching. They looked at what we was doing, and they was in the bleachers. They was on the benches. Now they want to say, we were there from the beginning. We were there from the beginning. You was there from the beginning, studying and watching. You was there from the beginning. You was studying and watching. But no, you are not a creator. You are not the influencer. You are not the creator. Let's be real about this history, man. Come on, we got to drop these historical facts. We was there in the beginning. Yes, you was a student and a watcher from the bleachers in the beginning. Shout out to John J. Say, hell, Kurt Rambis can barely say he was there. I remember Kurt Rambis on the Lakers. Just because I watched the Lakers game from the bleachers or on the benches, now I want to I'm gonna try to include myself as a part of the LA Lakers legacy, because I was there to watch the championship from the bleachers. I was there to watch the championship from the benches. Now they want to add themselves to it. Oh God, man, this is just funny. Every day I listen to this, man, it gets funnier and funnier. No, what I'm saying was this. In the early days, Latinos and blacks did not get along, bro. Let's be real. I'm not saying it was some all-out warfare, but let's be real, man. A lot of Latinos did not want their children mingling and interacting with black folks. Smiling, Mexican, El Salvadorian, Cuban, Puerto Rican, for the most part. You had a few exceptions, but for the most part, they did not want their children interacting or playing with black folks. Let's be honest. Come on, bro. Let's be real. Let's not tell these lies. Harmony between the black and Latino communities. There was clear separation. It was clear division. Stop trying to make it seem like we just came together and did everything together and there was peace and harmony and we split everything down the middle 50-50. Come on, man. You really gonna run with that line? You really think you can tell me that line? Ways together.
The creativity level became a little bit more with passion, a little bit more of meaning, a little bit more of, that battle mentality to be creative, to stay on top of the game. So people have a misconception that, everything comes out of like 1973.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But really in 1973 and earlier than that, you had two different cultures basically creating their own environment.
Gotcha.
You had Hurt and most of the blacks that were like into the house parties and they had their certain style of music that they listened to.
Yeah.
And then you had the Puerto Ricans who listened to a lot of the rock music, a lot of that rumba turned salsa music. And we had our own little environment. And we would do like, social club dances. We would do hooky jams in abandoned buildings. So we created a whole different environment.
And the rock that the Latinos was listening to was created by us. We created jazz and rock. So all the music they listened to was created by us. If you go to Puerto Rico, Mexico, the original music came from us. I'm not listening, homie. I know, no, that's the reality, man. Everything came from us. Listen to what he said, how there was separation. There was no togetherness. Not saying that we was all out warring with each other, but there were differences. Fat Joe wanted to make it seem like we were just all together and split everything 50-50. Come on, man. That's bullshit.
Certain style of music that they listened to.
Yeah.
And then you had the Puerto Ricans who listened to a lot of the rock music. They were like into the house party and that. You had two different cultures basically creating their own environment.
Gotcha.
You had Hurt and most of the blacks that were like into the house parties and they had their certain style of music that they listened to.
Yeah.
And then you had the Puerto Ricans who listened to a lot of the rock music, a lot of that rumba turned salsa music, and we had our own little environment. And we would.
Who created rock? Who created the salsa? Where did the salsa music come from? Who created rock music? I want y'all to hear that part again, man. I'm gonna be quiet.
Thing comes out of like 1973.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So really, in 1973
Moderators, drop the Cash App back in the chat. Keep the Cash App flowing in the chat for your boy, man.
and earlier than that, you had two different cultures basically creating their own environment.
Gotcha.
You know, you had Hurt and most of the blacks that were like into the house parties, and they had their certain style of music that they listened to.
Yeah.
And then you had the Puerto Ricans who listened to a lot of the rock music, a lot of that rumba turned salsa music, and we had our own little environment. And we would do like, you know, social club dances. We would do hooky jams in abandoned buildings. So we created a whole different environment when the jams wasn't being done outside.
Word.
You know, and in 1974, you start to see that you're starting to see it happening on an outside basis because of what Bam really kept going when Hurt left the scene.
Word. Got
Track. You understand? So more of the outside, you know, more the outside jams really created an environment for us to come together. You know, I hung out with a lot of my black friends in school. Then when school years were over, you know, the school year was over, they would go their way, we would go our way, and we never really socialized.
Word. See, that's a Puerto Rican being honest. He's telling you that there was no togetherness. Hip hop is what made Puerto Ricans want to be cool with blacks. Just like on the West Coast. What do Mexicans say when they want to get involved in hip hop? Oh, it's black and brown. They say that when they want to be embraced in hip hop. Prior to hip hop becoming popular, the Puerto Ricans didn't rock with black people like that. They did their own thing. The black people did their own thing. You heard a Puerto Rican say it. He was honest.
I definitely think it's been mishandled by a lot of Dominican people. The first argument that I hear, and you have people, content creators, talking about it, you know, and to defend themselves, you know, it's like, okay, if you can see that I'm visibly a black person, why are you asking me that I'm black, right? I'm visibly a black person. When I tell you that I'm not black, it's because I want you to understand that I'm not Black American. I'm Dominican. Okay? Don't erase my Dominican identity by calling me black, which to me, honestly, is stupid. Because saying that you're black does not erase your Dominican identity. Blackness is not limited to the United States of America. Black people exist globally. Because and people will argue with that too. No, you know, because if somebody's Jamaican, they say they're Jamaican. Somebody's from, Ghana, they're going to say they're Ghanaian, or they're Kenyan, they're going to say they're Kenyan. But I've never met a Kenyan person to tell me, no, I'm not black. They're able to tell you, I own my blackness, I'm proud of my blackness, and yes, I'm Kenyan. That is my national identity. That's my ethnicity, my heritage. In Spanish, literally, black means negro. So there's people in Latin America that very proudly would tell you soy negra or soy negro. That doesn't erase their love of their culture at all. That doesn't erase their love of their culture, of their identity, their national identity. That doesn't erase it. They can coexist. There are these negative reference points. Black American and Dominican communities have been interacting for a very long time. And there's a lot of valid experiences of anti-Blackness and racism that have happened. So you're saying that all Black Americans are lying? If there's an issue of anti-Blackness within Dominican community, ourselves, before people even come to the United States, it already exists back home. That's a fact, right?
So let's get right into it. So this whole thing, right, with people saying I'm not black, I'm Dominican, and she nailed it. She really it's an anti-black racist, situation that goes on with a lot of these Hispanics, whether they're Mexican, Dominican, Puerto Rican, African, Indian from India, or American Indians, white people, et cetera, right? Africans. So they come to America and they want to, let's get right into it. I'm not going to beat around the bush. They want to enjoy, for instance, civil rights, right? Let's just get right into it. They want to be rappers, right? They want to be rappers. They want to enjoy freedom, democracy, so-called civil rights. Civil rights that American descendants of slaves black people who descended from Africa and indigenous blacks, if there were any, helped fight for. Not Mexicans, not Dominicans, not Indians from India, right? Not Chinese people, not white people. Because most of the white people in America was against integration and against the civil rights bills that were passed. Let's get that shit straight. And then, so let's just fast forward, right? So then, when it's safe to come to America, after black people been fighting it for 400 some years, then all of these people can come in on the back of civil rights that American descendants of slaves fought for, and now they rappers, which is a black art form. They singers, The Weeknd from Africa, this is a black art form, a black American descendant of slave art form. There is no fucking R&B and rap coming out of Eritrea or Ethiopia or South Africa or Nigeria or Dominican Republic or Mexico or China or fill in the blanks. Now, it's nice if you appreciate the art form and you would like to participate, but you didn't create it. Descendants of slaves, so-called black people did. And then civil rights, that's something that was created by black Americans, descendants of slaves. Martin Luther King wasn't an immigrant from Nigeria or Ethiopia or anywhere else, or Dominican Republic. These wasn't the people that was getting lynched. Now in the South, there was Mexicans getting lynched and all that kind of shit, right? But they wasn't in the civil rights movement. If they joined after black people started it, okay? And so, let's just to get the history straight on the culture and the community and what happened. And so now, all of these people, they want to come here, like these Dominicans, and these Mexicans, and these Indians, and the rest of them, on the backs of the descendants of slavery, and the people that fought for that allowed them to be here and to get their fuck off on the black, they get, on the same black people. They like, fuck you to the same black people, the descendants of slaves, that fought for civil rights to allow their ass to be here. They want to use those bills universally. That's where black people made a mistake. You had to put up a fence. Because now these people disrespect you. And the shit that they saying, I know black, all that type of shit, saying I'm Dominican or whatever, all that shit is really anti-black American descendant of slave, mentality and policy. You see? But then you'll see them rapping, or they want to be an R&B singer. So they want to participate in your culture when they can leech off of it, and they want to leech off of the civil rights bill, but they don't want to take no pain. They don't want to deal with the pain. You see? But you're going to deal with the pain. You're going to get down or you're going to lay down very soon. You're going to deal with the pain. You ain't going to be able to jump off a plane or a boat and then, and just, enjoy everything that everybody else fought for, that my grandparents fought for, right? You're going to have to drink from the cup of pain in America. You're going to have to pay your dues. And as far as I'm concerned, I think civil rights should be revoked for all these immigrants. You didn't earn it, fuck you. That's how I feel. Get down or lay down, right? You don't like it. Now you know what I mean. Get down or lay down if you don't like it. I say revoke that shit. And the only people can use the civil rights bills is black Americans. That's who built it. That's who fought for it. That's who the only people. If you want some fucking Mexican, Indian, Dominican, Chinese civil rights in America, then go fight. Get your ass killed. Get your ass lynched. Get your ass chopped up, decapitated, burnt up, and fight for your own goddamn civil rights bill. How about that? How about them cookies? Right? When you get your ass here, let them do whatever the fuck they want to them. And tell them, listen, civil rights, that's not, you on your own. Get your own Eritrean, Ethiopian, Nigerian, Mexican, Dominican, Puerto Rican, get your own motherfucking civil rights bill. Go fight for it. Tell them I want a Mexican civil right, American civil rights bill to protect Mexican Americans. Right? Go fight for your own shit. Don't ride on the backs of black people and then turn around and be like, fuck these niggas. I don't want nothing to do with them. But I'll take, you know, I'm gonna start R&B singing. I'm gonna rap, right? Something happened to you. I want my civil rights. I want to file a suitcase under the civil rights protections, right? I want to be treated this now. I don't want nobody to kill and lynch me or whatever based on my race and all this, my ethnicity, blah, 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 blah. Okay, well, go get your own bill. This ain't no one size fits all no more. And I say black people need to fight for that, right? Fuck fighting for LGBTQ and all this other shit. You should be fighting to revoke civil rights for anybody that ain't descendants of slaves. And make them go get their own bill. That need to be changed to only descendants of slaves. Period. Just like reparations should be only for descendants of slavery, right? The civil rights bill should be the same way. You can't come to this country and fight for and just file for reparations if you from Nigeria or Mexico or whatever and be talking about reparations. Well, then you shouldn't be able to come here and talk about no goddamn civil rights. You don't have no fucking Mexican civil rights. You don't have no fucking Ethiopian civil rights in America. You don't have no motherfucking Dominican civil rights. Get your own fucking civil rights. That's how that should go. And when something happened to you, you on your fucking own in America. Right? The police yank you out your car and kill you, or somebody lynch your ass. You on your own. Go to the Ethiopian embassy. Go to the motherfucking Chinese embassy. Go to the Indian embassy. Right? I don't give a fuck who you are. I've been here such and such. I don't give a fuck when you got here. We've been here for hundreds of years now, 400 some years plus. We fought for this bill. It's not for you. You don't have no respect for these people, then you damn sure shouldn't be using nothing they fought for. Get your own rights. That's how that should go. Black people, you being too nice to these people. Nice for what? Like the Drake song say. What are you being nice to these people for? They don't give a fuck about you. I had some Puerto Rican who kidnapped my son and called me a nigger and ruined his motherfucking life and turned him into a cuck. Right? Get down or lay down. And he ran for his life. You know why? Because if I would have caught his ass, he would have had problems. So he crazy, but he ain't stupid. Right? Call me a nigger and run off, you know what I mean? Call the police. Right? Because you're going to get fucked up and then run off with him and kidnap my son. And then destroy him. Why? Because he knew he wasn't, you know, really, he's not his people. But that's the kind of shit they come to America and do. And then you got to protect them. You got to protect scumbags like this. Under laws that you fought for protection for you and your children. Right? And they come here and they'll spit in your face so they can be closer to white people. They'll stomp you out. They'll stomp your children out. They'll blot your ass out. They'll say they created all the music and culture that you created. They'll stomp that shit out and then say they created it so they can make money off of it. And, you know, enjoy their self and make money off of whatever the fuck they call themselves doing. And black people let them do this. You know, I don't give a fuck. I tell them straight up. I don't give a fuck about no Dominicans. I don't give a goddamn about Dominicans. Just call yourself whatever the fuck you want to call yourself. But when the time comes, you got to get down or lay down. Because this is America. This ain't the Dominican Republic. And I tell them, hopefully we understand each other. Like the man told him in the movie. He said, I'm American. He said, yeah, we all American. What kind of American? You right? What kind of American are you? See, this is America. Like the China, like the Childish Gambino told him, "This is America. Don't let me catch you slipping. Don't let me catch you slipping now, because this is America. You're gonna have to get down or lay down, right? So you better hope nothing don't happen to that white man. You better go home and pray tonight with all you immigrants, right? Go home tonight, get your white Jesus, go to your white Jesus pictures on your wall with your nasty crosses, and pray to white Jesus that nothing ever happens to the white man, right? Because this is America, and don't get caught slipping. See, Negroes has been caught slipping. They let all of these people come here, and fast forward 20, 25 years later, they running rush shot over their asses, trying to block you from contracts, right, for work. They trying to blot you out from the contracts and jobs, trying to get rid of you economically, so you can't feed your families. They ain't coming here in solidarity with you. They don't give a fuck about you. It's just the opposite. That's what they mean when they say I'm no black. That means I don't fuck with you niggas. You see? I learned the hard way. It cost me a child. All right, that I realized, too late, and they destroyed his life. These people is not what you think they is. I don't give a damn about them. None of them. They've been warned, like my man Scott Ritter said. They knew what they was doing every minute that they was been doing it. You right? So all that we brothers shit, you ain't my motherfucking brother. That shit over with. No more Mr. Nice Guy. To nobody. I don't give a fuck about none of your agendas. I don't give a fuck about no immigrant agenda. I don't give a motherfucker about no alphabet agendas. I don't give a fuck about Ukraine, Palestine. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. I don't give a fuck if you a Democrat. Fuck you if you a Republican. Right? I don't give a damn about none of that. You see? It's get down or lay down when the time comes. I don't give a fuck about nothing and none of that. When the time comes, it's get down or lay the fuck down and don't get caught slipping. So you can say you call yourself whatever the fuck you want. I'm Kenyan American. I'm Dominican. I know black. I'm from Somalia. I'm Arab. I'm not black. I don't give a fuck about none of that. And if you black, you shouldn't either. You should be have a laser-like focus. Or these people are gonna blot your ass out if they get a chance. Personally, I think this shit is almost over with. And when that time come, and you gonna know when it's over, cause you gonna hear it, right? You gonna hear the alarm go off, the alarm clock siren go off. You know what it is? The sound of a bomb. That's what it is, right? The sound of a nuclear bomb. And when it's over, and you hear the alarm go off, boom, 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 right? Then it's over with. Now it's go time. Now it's get down or lay the fuck down. You see? And I don't want to hear none of that shit. And I don't know who do. I don't know what Negro at this point in the game hasn't got hip to the game. You ain't got hip to it, right? That these people ain't your friends. Ain't no black and brown alliances. What do they gotta do? Kill one of your children? Literally or figuratively? Right? This shit wiped my children out. It wiped my children. I realized this whole thing wiped my children out. I got nothing else to give, right? My children lost their soul in America because of these immigrants and all these agendas. So I no longer give a fuck about none of them. Call yourself whatever you want, but you better not get caught slipping when the time comes. Because this is America. Don't let me catch you slipping, right? And when the alarm clock go off, you gotta get down or lay down. Hopefully you find yourself a boat or a plane back to where you came from. Right? With that I know black shit. I don't fuck with niggas. Good. I'm glad you don't fuck with me, and I'm glad you do it publicly. I'm glad, right, that they doing the shit they doing. Because I've been saying it all my life for the past, 25 years when I woke up and something bad happened to my children, started happening to my children. And I started realizing the whole system was against me. Right? Like Pac said, me against the world. I realized they was all against me. They turned my children against me. They turned my children into cucks, right? And brain dead zombies. All this feminism and alphabet agendas, right? And immigrants and all this bullshit. See, that was the wake-up call. So I don't give a fuck about nobody. I don't give a fuck about you at all. Like, I had to deal with people. I deal with you just to go along to get along. But I'm listening. See, I got my ears to the ground. And when the alarm go off, it's all over with. No more going along to get along. You see, as far as I'm concerned, revoke their civil rights. They didn't fight for it, right? They didn't fight for it or vote for it or approve it or nothing. So fuck their civil rights. Fucking culture vultures running around talking about everything we did, they invented it. Cutting your throat on jobs and schools and every goddamn wells, right? And you slowly being destroyed by these people, and you don't fucking get it. You don't get it, right? You don't fucking get it. See, you gotta get some skin in the game. Like me, I had a lot of skin in the game, and it cost me a lot in America. I watched a lot of all my friends mostly die. Horrible deaths. See, Pac said, we the last ones left to tell the story. See, I'm the last one left to tell the story. So I'm gonna tell it. I watched all my friends die in America. Horrible deaths. Kidnapping, murder, shot to death, tortured, etc. Right? I watched my children get destroyed in America. Right? I watched my family get totally decimated in America. And now I gotta swallow some more shit from a bunch of people that come in and tell me about, I'm not black. Right? I'm here to leech off of you, but I don't fuck with black people like you niggers, right? You descendants of slaves. I don't fuck with you niggas, but I'm here to get whatever it is that you got to give. You got some rights for me that you fought for? Sure, I'll sign up for some of that, right? I'll take, jobs, employment, any rights, anything you fought for. Give me some of that, right? You like your music? I'm gonna pretend to be you and start rapping and singing R&B. And it's talk about how I innovated it and created it and whatever, right? I'm gonna try to dress like you, talk like you, walk like you. Goddamn culture vultures. You see? I'm gonna kill you like Philando Castile got killed by the immigrant police. He thinking this guy's cool. Hey man, I got a gun, my gun license. Oh hey, don't pull it out. Hey, shoot that nigga. Bam, bam, bam. Right? Some immigrant police shot him and tried to act like he thought he was pulling a gun. No, he didn't. He wanted to make an excuse to kill a nigger, and he got away with it. And now they want to, in Chicago and places, they want to give gun rights to people who don't even have citizenships, and then put them on a police force. How do you think that's going to work out if you're a descendant of a slave, a black person from America? It's not going to work out. It's going to work out the same way it worked out for Philando Castile. You're going to have a bunch of these people with no citizenships, in police uniforms, riding around, pulling you over and shooting you, making excuses to kill you. That's your future, right? On your job, Talking about what time you came in. Oh, you 2 minutes late, you fired. Right? Talking about don't hire no black people around here. This your future, right? So I seen the future. And ain't no future in that for people like me, or my children, or my grandchildren. I already know, you know, man. And I'm not like people asking them, why you do this, why you do that, can you accept me? I don't give a fuck what you accept. You don't like me, cool. I don't like you either, motherfucker. Matter of fact, I don't like you times 1,000. That's how I feel. Like King Solomon said in the Bible, I hate you with a perfect hatred. It has been perfected. To quote King Solomon. You see? So I don't give a fuck what you don't like, motherfucker. I don't care what you don't like. What you don't like don't mean shit to me. You better not cross the line. Cause then, you know, and I catch you slipping. You better not cross the line and get caught slipping. That's all I know. Motherfucker ask me what you know. Man, that's what I know. I don't give a fuck about none of this shit. Your philosophy, who you don't like, you not black, you don't fuck with black people, right? I ain't got time for that shit. I already know where these people stand. I ain't under no fucking illusion or delusion. All I know is get down or lay down. Right? Get down or lay down and don't get caught slipping. That's all I know. Whatever everybody else talking about, I don't give a shit. I ain't looking for no acceptance. No, I don't want to have no alliance with you. There's a black-brown alliance. No, it's not. Cut that shit out. You let people tell you anything. A real man is a leader. He don't let people just put shit in his head. Because you'll wake up 20 years later in the middle of a nightmare. When you subscribe to people putting shit in your head from all these nasty-ass philosophies. And these nasty-ass programs. Trust me. It's a nightmare. You'll wake up in the middle of a nightmare and you'll look around and you'll see a destroyed landscape with nothing but the bodies of your family members, you know, and a bunch of family members that just zombified, right? From all of the policies, from the, you know, diversity and integration. I went to the bank today and there was a woman, she was, you know, black chick, sitting there and she had a shirt. This is what they do to black people. She's wearing a shirt with the company logo on it, and then on the other side to say diversity and inclusion. I wanted to say something. You know what I mean? But what can you say? Just wait for the alarm to go off. Right? I wanted to say, you know what I mean? This is the bullshit that they try to feed black people. Right? Put this on and say diversity and inclusion, but you're going to be faced with nothing but opposition around you from all of these people that you're supposed to be diverse with. The people, they hate your fucking guts. That white guy you work with hates your guts. That Hispanic and that African immigrant, you know, that Dominican you work with, they hate your guts. Right? Why? Because the white man told them to. That's why. Doesn't matter how good you do your job. Right? They sold you a bad bill of goods in America. Anyway, let me wrap this up, man. So, but you know, it's too late. I see a prophet. I be watching all kinds of shit. Motherfuckers say, I'm a prophet. And these like white people, you know, they be online talking about they prophets and different. And they talking about God told them he gonna save America. And America gonna be revived, and America is gonna be awesome, and you know, like Disney World and all this shit. And I'm thinking to myself, you people are out of your motherfucking mind. You're out of your fucking mind. That's why I don't give a shit about all of this, because I know what's about to happen. You're out of your fucking mind. Who's your God? Satan? Because the damn sure ain't the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. who was a black man, who were black people, so-called. No such thing as a black person, actually. God not gonna save America. He's not gonna save none of these immigrants in America either. You're not gonna get saved. America is not a place you come to get saved. I don't know, you better ask somebody. You better ask them same black people that you talking about you dislike and you don't fuck with, and I know black, right? I'm not trying to fuck with, I don't fuck with no black people, right? You, the motherfucking immigrants, some Indians, whoever, Hispanics, Mexicans, America ain't no place, in case you don't read fucking history books, America ain't no place you come to get saved from nothing. We on a 400 plus year fucking nightmare in America. And it's about to come to an end. A screeching halt. Listen for the alarms, it's gonna sound like a bomb. You see? And it's gonna be all over with. Cause they like to play with fire, you see? And they like to tempt God in America. They poke their finger in the eyes of God and turn everybody into a fucking degenerate. If you let them. You'll be taught you gotta hate men, hate your father, right? Hate men. Be a cuck, right? Let men, watch other men, like Adam 22 from No Jumper. Let other men smash your wife while you watch, right? Your daughters will be a whore on Instagram or Tinder somewhere. America not a place you come to get saved. What is wrong with you? Who the fuck told y'all that? Y'all bought into that land of the free, home of the brave shit. But you didn't really. You know what America really about. You just hoping you're not here when they get their karma. That maybe you get old and die and you don't see the result. America not nowhere you come to get saved. Are you fucking crazy? America is a ticking time bomb. That's all it is. Right? I mean, you take the bitter with the sweet, but it's a ticking time bomb. It's a karmic ticking time bomb. And if you ask me, I predict you lucky if you get through 2024. And you definitely ain't getting through 2025. I bet $100 on that. I bet about $100 on that. So all these people coming to America, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna go. Enjoy America while you can. Right? Enjoy America while you can. Come here, practice anti-black racism. Do everything you want to do in America. Run up your credit cards, right? Be a degenerate in America. But just know when that time come, hopefully you're not oblivious, right? And that when the alarm go off, you gotta get down or lay down. You see? It's go time, and now you gotta get down or lay down, and the playtime is over with for you. Right? At least if you run into somebody like me. Because I don't give a fuck about you. I don't give a fuck. I'm not trying to be diverse and integrated with you. Right? I don't give a fuck if you don't like black people. I don't give a fuck where you from. How many languages you speak. None of that shit. I already know what you're about. Right? And so it's get down or lay down. You know what I mean? You probably be better off getting on a boat or a plane and go back to where you came from. Cause this is America. You're gonna find out what America about. See, I'm an American, right? I understand the history of America. I'm a nigger from America. I'm American. I'm not an African immigrant. I'm not from the Dominican Republic. I'm not from Mexico. I know what it's about here. You see? I came out the mud where motherfuckers was getting their head blown off for $50 and talking shit. I know what America is about. I watched it with my own eyes. I watch people in my family be driven out their fucking mind in America and jump in front of trains and kill themselves. You see? I'm an American. It's no apple pie, right? I'm American as apple pie, right? Except it ain't no fucking apple pie in America. And everything coming up sunshine, right? And when the alarm go off, you're gonna find out. You're gonna find out. You see? So your best bet would be to get on if the alarm go off on you, or right before, you need to get on a plane or a boat and get your fucking ass back to where you came from. That would be the best bet, because the jig is up, as they say, right? You won't be able to participate, right? Dancing with the devil no more. You won't be able to dance with the devil no more. Time is up. You see? That's all I got.